So here he is. Moses has the people out in the wilderness. He's got the 10 Commandments. He's built the tabernacle. He's got the priests all set up. And they are now serving God and worshipping God for the people.
Uh-huh.
And what happens next is very, very sad.
Oh.
It really is. Because you would think with all these special things that God did to help these people to get out of Egypt and to look after them, giving them special food from heaven every single day, and also giving them water so they could drink, and everything was provided. You know, their shoes never even wore out.
Get out. Really?
That's true. Their shoes didn't wear out.
Wow.
All of these things are happening to them.
Obviously
You would
not made in China.
You would think, yes, well, forget about where they were made. They weren't made there. You would think that they would be so pleased with God that they'd do anything God said, but they didn't.
Wow.
The book of Numbers is the book that we're looking at now.
Okay.
So we've done Genesis, we've done Exodus. People have come out. We've done the book of Leviticus, and now we're up to the book of Numbers.
Numbers. What number?
Well, it's called Numbers because they took up a census. How many people do we have here? And so everyone that was the age of 20 years of age and older that could be in the army, if they were attacked to defend them, had to be numbered.
Okay.
And so they took up this census. That's where you get the idea of numbering. So we count our fingers and we say numbering. You say numbers, numbers. Well, then he also sent out 12 spies, one from each of the 12 tribes, to see what is this land like that God is giving us. And they came back, and 2 of them said it is fantastic. Boy, and true enough, there's some problems there. There's big giants in the land, and there's cities.
Hang on. This is getting very scary.
Well, it is scary for them too, because there were giants in the land and there were cities with walls all around them that were so high they thought, how do we ever get in there if they lock themselves in?
I hate giants.
Yes, I understand that too, Dave. You would hate these
giants. I'm small.
Well, anyway, they come back and they say, there are giants in the land, but they said, God's on our side, and look what God's done for us in the past. So giants and big walled cities don't mean anything.
Oh.
2 of them said that. Their names were Caleb and Joshua.
Okay.
But 10 of them, and I have no idea who they are, they're not very important in the history of the story, but they were the 10 people that changed the hearts and the minds of all the people.
Not good. Not good at all.
They said, we can't do it. Even if God was with us, we can't do it.
Well.
So you know what God said?
What did he say?
I'm going to let you people live in this desert until every single one of you, 20 years of age and older, with the exception of Joshua and Caleb, die.
Whoa.
And I'm going to let the children that grow up over those next 40 years, and I'm going to take them into the promised land.
Wow.
But because you don't believe in me or you don't trust me, you are going to be denied going into the promised land.
Wow, big deal.
It is.
Yeah.
So they spent the next 40 years wandering in the wilderness until that generation died.
Wow.
So here's our signs for the book of Numbers.
Right.
Say counting. Can you do that?
Counting.
Counting.
Yep.
Counting.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
I mean, hang on.
No,
1, 2, 3.
No. Just do your fingers. Say counting.
Counting.
Then you put your hands up like this as if you're a spy.
Okay.
You're spying. Yes, spy. And then you do a big circle as they wandered around the wilderness.
Okay.
They wandered.
Oh, bit dizzy.
And then a hand across here, your chest. Oh, they died. So it's counting, spying, wandering, dying.
Dying. Yep. Got it.
Now, we better go back and just do a little bit of revision.
Okay.
There's only one more story that I want to tell you.
Right.
But we've got to go back and do a little bit of revision. Okay? Who was this?
That's Moses.
Moses, spot on. Okay.
Right.
What was this story here?
Okay, that's the blood on the doorpost.
What's it called?
It was called, well, they're having a Passover.
That's it, Passover. Okay.
Yep.
Then what is this one? Where God gave them?
His word.
Yeah, but what do you call it? Special name. Begins with the letter L.
Leviticus.
No.
Oh, hang on.
This is the law.
Oh, L-A-W.
L-A-W.
Oh, right.
The law. This is the law.
Yep.
Okay. Then what was this one? He built the church in the middle of the wilderness. What was it called?
It was called a tabernacle.
Tabernacle. That's it. You're doing very well.
Thanks.
And then the Levites, they were involved in offerings and feasts.
Yep.
Can you remember that one?
Yep.
Offerings
and feasts.
How many offerings were there?
Lots.
How many fingers do I have?
Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 5.
5, okay. And how many feasts? put 2 and this together. How many is that?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7, that's it.
Yep.
Okay, so say offerings and feasts.
Yep. I did well.
Then we get to the book of Numbers.
Yep.
And we say counting,
Yep.
spying,
Yep.
wandering,
Dying.
You've got it.
Yep.
Yeah, give me 5. That is so good.
Ouch.
So good. So good. Okay, the last story to finish today
Yep.
is second law. Second law.
Second law.
Yeah, because Moses, before he dies, he ends up explaining to this new generation that came up under the leadership of Joshua. He is explaining to them the law that God gave on Mount Sinai.
Wow.
It's not a new law, it's just the same law,
Yep.
but it's a new generation that are hearing it for the first time.
Uh-huh.
So we say second law, the book of Deuteronomy.
Second law.
Second law. All right. Can you remember all of that now, Dave? You put it all
Yep.
down in your brain?
Second law.
Second law. All right. So it is Moses, Passover, law, tabernacle, offerings and feasts, counting, spying, wandering, dying.
Sorry.
Yes, that, you
Dying.
got it right. Don't dramatise too much.
Okay.
And second law.
Second law.
Okay, give me 5.
Hang on.
That is so good.
I'm getting
That
ready.
is so good.
Okay.
Choo!
Go for
Choo! Very good, very
Thanks.
good. That's fabulous. All right, we're going to tell the story next time about Joshua and what happens to him as he takes them into the promised land, but that's
Okay.
to be kept for later. All right,
Go for it.
Good talking to you.
Okay.
See you, Dave.
Thanks, mate. See you.